Hey guys, it's James from the Jimmy Eats Brain show. Today I am here with a brand new decoration. I'm just kidding. I'm here with my friend who also has a movie review YouTube channel.
Hey everybody, my name's Kasie. I don't have, as he has a Jimmy Eats Brain, super creative. He has like an actual name for his movie review show, and I don't. But you can just look me up on YouTube. It's Kasie Rose, and I just review movies, just like James does.
Yeah. Today we're here. We're going to talk to you guys about the movie The Joker. Just came out in theaters. It's still in theaters for a little bit longer. I went and saw this about a week ago. First of all, I am going to be splitting this review up into two separate parts. I'm going to have a spoiler-free section for the people who have not seen the film yet. That is going to be going over a lot of the stuff that was in the trailer, stuff that people have access to seeing before they go and see the film. We're going to discuss that, and then I'm going to go in depth, and me and Casey are going to bounce back and forth about what we thought about the twists in the film and the climax and the ending. So going in seeing this movie, I was really excited. It's a DC comic universe movie, which is pretty exciting for me. I like some of their movies. This one was really intriguing though, because it took a more gothic and dread and kind of more dark and horrific tone than most DC movies.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that got me really excited about it. I don't know about you, is that it was like not the typical DC. And it had Joaquin Phoenix, who I think is a really great actor.
Okay, so that's super different for me just because I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Joaquin Phoenix in it before.
Yeah.
I go to the movies a lot, so all summer and the last few months I've been seeing trailers for the Joker, and I literally said, like, I'm not seeing that. It doesn't look good.
Really?
Yes, and my
Even
friend...
with all the hype?
Yeah, it was super hyped up, and my friend just texted me one day and was like, I want to see the Joker, and I was like, okay, like, I guess I'll see it with you.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I loved it.
Yeah,
and I was not expecting to.
No, it's kind of funny because I had the opposite experience.
Yeah.
I was super excited going to see this movie. Like, I kind of got my hopes up.
Okay.
I was super excited going to see this movie, and I thought it was good. I really liked the artistic direction of it. I really liked the way it was edited. I liked the cinematography. Joaquin Phoenix was fantastic per usual, but some of it I just kind of fell short from how excited I was.
Yeah, I think that's what's the different aspects of it is when you go into something not super excited about it, it kind of beats your expectations, and then when you go into it super excited about it, it's hard to meet that expectation.
Yeah, that's why underdog movies are always the best. When that small, producer company comes out with a movie that you've never heard of, and you're like, whoa.
Like, who is that production company? I've never even heard of that.
Who is she?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, between the two DC Marvel worlds, I'm a huge DC fan.
This is dangerous territory, Casey.
I just want to make that clear, like.
Are you sure you want to make that clear right now?
Yes, for sure. I'm no shame in the fact that I am DC over Marvel, for sure.
Wow. Okay.
And that's like, I feel like that's crazy because everyone is like, Marvel.
Yeah, I'm team no team.
Well.
It is a 2019 drama thriller directed by Todd Phillips, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix, and it kind of follows him through a descent into madness and kind of into his character as the Joker. You follow him as a failed comedian, Arthur Fleck. He gets jobs working as a clown, and you kind of follow him through his abuse from his company, abuse from his friends, and abuse from his family and whatnot, and until he kind of grows into the character of the Joker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was, I think, him getting brutalized and beaten up by so many people was something that made me enjoy the movie, like, thoroughly.
So the beginning really follows Arthur Fleck just, like, literally getting brutalized by his company and by his friends, like, multiple scenes.
Yeah, it's, like, harsh. It's, like, a lot of it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like it was hard to watch, but it was, like, what made me, like, really get into it and, like, really enjoy the movie. There was one of the scenes, he was holding up a sign for, like, an advertisement sign for a store, dressed as a clown, and these teenagers come running by and grab the sign from him and like make fun of him, and they're running away. And he's like chasing them, and he turns down an alley, and the kid comes out from nowhere and holds the sign in front of him, and he runs in front of it and falls flat like back onto his back, and it literally, like, I wanted to cry. Like, it was, but it was like those scenes worked for me. Like, it made me feel so bad. They did a really good job of making you feel for someone that
not only like emotionally feel for the character, but like feel like you were in that position. The way that shot was edited, like everything was happening so quickly. It was really, it like put you not only emotionally there, but like physically.
I almost felt like like when the sign was there, I was like,
the editing for that part, dude. The way that they did this shot, they like, it's way over my head, but I liked it.
Really well done, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely loved that scene. That was like very, very well done. I think there was a lot of scenes in this movie that were kind of like that, where they used like kind of the mix of emotion mixed with the severity of what was happening in the shot to like really enthrall you.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I did really enjoy about it. I'm letting everybody know now, if you have not seen this film yet, I need you to do something. I need you to go. And there's a button up there that says subscribe. You need to hit that button. You need to go down to Kasie's channel. You need to check out her video. You need to subscribe to her too. And then you need to come back after watching The Joker and watch the rest of this video, because we got to talk about what happens in this film. I want to talk about the dream sequence, the whole the entire movie
was, like,
that you find out is not the movie. So there's like these scenes in the movie where he's interacting with this woman who lives in his building, right?
Yep.
And at the beginning, it's like, I don't think they have like much anything besides just like being neighbors, and then it kind of turns into a friendship, and then it turns into like this hot, like, at first you think it's this really hot, cool hookup.
Yeah.
And then you find out it wasn't a hot, cool hookup.
Well, it was literally like, it went from they met in the elevator to then they like bumped into each other like one other time, and then all of a sudden he got fired from his job and he was really depressed and killed some guys on the subway and just showed up at her door with clown makeup on.
Yeah.
And like started making out with her.
Yeah, and I think at the end they kind of basically, what I got from the ending was that none of that actually happened how you thought it did in his head, and it leaves you to think if it happened, but it didn't happen how it happened in his head. I don't want to go there, dude. We're not going to talk any further than that, but just like comment down in the actually don't comment what you think actually happened down below, but comment how it made you feel.
That happened, and then there was multiple scenes after where it showed her like being there with him, and there, like, his mom was like in the hospital and she was sitting there with him, and it just was all in his head.
Yeah.
Well, so some of it was in his head, part of it, like when I just mentioned that he showed up at her door after killing someone and they like started making out, it was like he was in her apartment and she came out of her daughter's bedroom and he was just standing there and she was like, you need to leave. Yeah,
and it's like, it really plays like what happened, like what didn't happen.
But it was like a straight hour of the movie where he thought that he was like with this girl.
Yes, that's what makes it so uncomfortable, because you start to think like, okay, not all of this film that they just showed us that they later tell us is like basically not real didn't happen, right? You start to think like some of it must have happened.
Right.
And it's like, what parts did happen? And like, what was she actually doing when they happened? Like, obviously she wasn't just like chilling with him on the couch, like.
It was like a mind fuck.
Yeah, that was the best part about this movie, honest to God.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't.
When they started flashing back and showing that she wasn't really there.
No, I didn't get it the first time around. I didn't understand that, dude. I literally had to go online and be like, Joker explained video. And I was like, wait.
So this was fake?
Wait. No, I got that it was fake, but I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that they were trying to portray it that, like, he had most likely, like, brutalized this woman. Or at least that's what I got from it, was that I didn't understand after that it was insinuated that he was probably brutalizing this woman this entire time and, like, hurting her.
I guess maybe because I didn't look that far into it like you did, that I didn't get that from it. I really just thought that it was, like, he showed up in her apartment once, and she was like, you need to leave, and then he left. And then the rest of it was just something he was imagining.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it as that there was underlying ideas that he was probably like being less than flattering
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
Just because of, I think it would be hard to be like, oh, none of this stuff happened. Like
Yeah.
there was interactions they were having with other people, but
Right.
there would be people around. It would be
Yeah.
hard to be in those situations.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. That's funny. I didn't even.
Or that's what I got. I don't think it's like set in stone that like he
Yeah.
was definitely brutalizing her, but I think there was definitely underlying tones that like
Yep.
they had a hookup scene. They did hook up.
Really? That's what I'm.
Didn't they like kiss in the elevator?
I don't think they kissed in the elevator. They met in the elevator like once or twice, and then the first time they kissed was when he showed up at her apartment after killing those guys in the subway. And then when they finally later on showed that this was like all not real, it showed him go to her apartment that same day, but he didn't knock on the door and have her answer. He literally like walked into her apartment, and she came out of her daughter's bedroom, and he was just kind of like there, and she was like, "You need to leave. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't." But I'm missing something.
I took it as
maybe
that
I forgot that they did make it. I don't know.
I took it as that that's when he realized that he had been enthralled in a delusion.
Yeah.
And that he was coming to terms with the fact that he had like some form of psychosis, and that's why he like snapped and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%
I
sure.
swear, I watched the whole movie. I'm just like,
I
now I'm just getting confused.
right? She did not pull.
I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I saw the whole thing.
Literally so much shade for me for being tired, dude. I work hard on these videos. I'm so sorry.
You call yourself a movie connoisseur and you fall asleep at the movie theater.
I know, dude. Actually, I claim to be the stupidest movie connoisseur. That's my brand.
It was overall like really raw and like a realistic. Like I feel like you don't see, people don't get bullied to that extent. I feel like that often, but it does happen. And I feel like it brought it to light, and like it made it seem really.
Wait, that's a really good point. Is that it's not very common that in any form of media, let alone even on the news, that they try to like really play to the severity of how bad bullying extent can go.
Yeah.
And this film did not back down. It did not play
Not at all.
to like any type of snowflake mentality, even though I hate that word. It was literally like they were like, we're going to show you how horrendous bullying can be, and you're going to sit there and your stomach's going to turn, and you're going to be like, wait, this actually happens all the time.
Yeah.
So in previous like Batman, Joker lore, it is understood that Joker is the person who supposedly kills Martha and Thomas Wayne. But
in the alley. At the end of the Joker movie that just came out, everyone in the city's rioting, and they're all dressed as the Joker because he had just killed this talk show host right on live television.
Yes.
So all the Jokers are rioting. He's in the back of a cop car because he got arrested. Thomas and Martha Wayne were out at a movie with Bruce Wayne when he was a little boy. And because everyone's rioting, they're trying to get off the streets and get out of the madness.
Mm-hmm.
And they're down that alley. And it's believed that the Joker, the real Joker, was the one that murdered Thomas and Martha Wayne that night. But he was in the back of a cop car.
And it wasn't him.
It was not the real Joker. It turns out that it was just a random thug that was dressed as the Joker.
Yeah. It was interesting because it's kind of known knowledge that Thomas and Martha Wayne in the Batman universe is killed by Joker. So to see...
It was like a big reveal.
Yeah, and to see that play into the whole, like, how he was bullied justification, and that, like, he's kind of taking flack for something he didn't do.
And, like, him and Bruce Wayne have this huge feud, and they're like enemies because I think Bruce thinks that the Joker killed his parents.
Yeah,
and
later
it turns
on.
out he didn't.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know, what do you think about this movie? What would you give it a rate out of 10?
I give it a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
out
pretty
of
good.
10. Like that might be partly because I went into it thinking, like, not super excited and thinking it was kind of going to be not very good.
Yeah.
So I was, like, taken back by it. I liked it a lot.
I think I would give this film an 8. I think there's room for improvement. I'm really excited to see other films that take place in this universe. Yeah, give it an 8.
I think it was just like a really good, a real raw portrayal of that type of story.
Yeah. So there's this new segment I'm starting at the end of my more drama, thriller, or horror-based reviews where I'm going to be saying whether I would watch this with a kid, whether I would watch this with my friend, or whether I would watch this with a friend of a friend. So I think I would definitely watch this movie with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring my friend to this movie. There's nothing exceedingly vulgar in it that
Yeah.
would trigger anyone, I don't think, or most people. I would take a friend of a friend. I think it can reach a good amount of audience. I think the average audience moviegoer will enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard flick.
Yep.
I don't know if I would take a kid to see this because I don't know if it's okay to show them
show a kid.
justification for violence like this at a young age. Maybe if they're like 14 or 15.
Yeah, you're getting bullied,
like
and
13.
now you can go shoot whoever you want.
Maybe if they're like 13 or 14, I'd take them, but like anything under that, like it's a no-go.
No.
Probably
Probably
like
not a good
don't. You
idea.
might actually don't do it. Like you might get child services called on you. Like honestly.
Big possibility.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Hey everybody, it's Editing James here, and me and Casey accidentally forgot to record an outro. We had our recording session cut short, and I really wanted to get this video out for you guys while the Joker was still out in theaters or while it was still fresh in your head. So instead of doing a re-recording, I decided to do this voiceover. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for all the kind words about me putting out content. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video me and Casey did for you. Like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video, or if you saw this movie, or if this video made you want to go see that movie. Let me know in the comments down below. It really means a lot to comment. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting my videos out to other people who have similar interests. So yeah, and I also just wanted to say thanks for coming and checking out my channel. I hope you guys all have a nice rest of your day and keep it creepy.